Welcome to this Flow360 training webinar. Today we are going to be looking at room and resource bookings and also events management. So I want to start this session logged in as a manager. So I'm logged in as Tim on our fictitious demo site, King's College, and I'm looking at my front screen, which is set up using the Pro layout that gives me up to 12 buttons. I want to start by showing you how to set up booking options for a particular location. So we're going to go to a room that I want to set up with some booking options. We're going to go to room 25 on the ground floor of King's College, and you can see at the moment from the room record that this location is not currently showing as bookable. Now, in order to make it bookable, I need to go first to the Details tab, and then I have a sub-tab called Booking Options. And there are no booking options listed for this location at the moment. So what I want to do now is add a new booking option to make the room bookable. So I click the little plus button here, and I can select the start date and, if necessary, an end date for this booking option. So if I need to set up an option that makes the resource or the location bookable just for a specified period, then I can put an end date on that. Otherwise, I can simply leave the end date open and the booking option will remain in force until it's manually closed down. I also have the option here of specifying particular days or saying that it applies to all days equally. Now, in fact, for room 25 here, I want to make this a weekdays only, so I'm going to select Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and leave Saturday, Sunday clear. By default, it's saying this option applies for 24 hours, and in fact I don't want that for this particular room. I want to specify that it is only bookable between the hours of 8 AM and 10 PM. And I also want to put a charge rate if we book this room to outside agencies or individuals of £50 per hour. Now I click the Confirm button, and we can see that option has now been added as a booking option for room 25 for the days Monday through Friday from 8 till 10 in the evening, charged at a rate of £50 per hour. If I want to set up separate booking options for the weekend, I can now do that. So let's just go through here and again uncheck the all days option, and we'll say Saturday and Sunday, and slightly more restricted hours for Saturday and Sunday, only bookable from 10 through till 5. Also a slightly higher per hour rate for bookings that apply at the weekend. Again, I hit confirm, and I can add as many different booking options as I like for a room resource, provided of course they don't clash with each other. So in this case we have separate options for Monday through Friday from 8 till 10, and a different setup for Saturday and Sunday from 10 through till 5. I could now add additional options, say overnight options at the weekend that don't conflict with the times I've already set up. And of course, if we had put in end dates against any of these options, I could then put in additional booking options with different dates, provided they don't clash with the dates and times for the options I've already set up. So that's how we set up the booking options for a particular room, and the same goes for any vehicle, for instance. So let's just quickly add some booking options for a vehicle. I want to find a minibus and set up the booking options for one of our minibuses. So I'm going to go through to the minibus record itself, and again, not currently bookable. So I'm going to the Details tab and then the Booking Options tab, and I'm going to click the button here that says Add New Booking Options. Now, for this vehicle, we are going to make it bookable all days of the week, 24 hours a day, at a rate of £50 per hour. So I'm simply going to select that, and you can see what happens here. We've got a tick in the all days column, and we've got a tick in the 24 hours column, and we've got the £50 per hour. Now I also want to set a couple of additional options for the minibus. I don't want people just blocking this out for months and months in advance. So I'm going to say maximum number of advance bookings is 6. And the maximum advance period is, we'll make this sort of effectively 3 months. We'll make it 12 weeks. So I've now confirmed that. Now that will prevent people from pre-booking the minibus beyond the 12-week time frame, and also prevent them from doing more than 6 advanced bookings in one go. It allows me to control a little bit how frequently and how much things are blocked out in advance. So that's set up booking options for a room. We've also now set up booking options for a minibus. Let's have a look at making a booking for one of these items. And since we're currently looking at the minibus record, let's create a new booking for this minibus. So I have a tab here on the minibus record called Bookings. And if I click on that tab, obviously there's nothing there. We've only just made this minibus a bookable resource, so there are no bookings listed. I have a little plus button here on the Bookings tab, and I can click that to add a new booking for this minibus. And that takes me through to the booking form, where I can specify start and end date and time for when I want the minibus. You can see some things have been preset here. It's already put in the name of the object I want to book and the fact that it is a vehicle. So all I need to say is I would like this vehicle, say, next Monday from 8 AM through till, let's say we need it through till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I need to click the Find button now, which is highlighted, just to confirm that the minibus is in fact available for those dates and times. And the fact that it's come up here where it says Select Resource confirms that the minibus is available, and I need to just click the target button to confirm my choice. So that now puts a tick into the blue section. The minibus is now selected and the green section is now highlighted. I just need to specify what this booking is about. So we're going to put it in just as a field trip for year 4. And that's all I need to do. By default, this is going to go through to Patrick Wales, who is on the vehicle bookings team, as a booking request for this particular minibus. So I'm going to click confirm on that, and that has put that request in the system, and this is the outline information on the request that will have gone through now to the vehicles bookings team. You can see down here this service request is now targeted at the vehicle bookings team, and the details of the request are all here. And in fact, the fact that it is a booking is confirmed up here as well, and if I click that button I can go through to the booking record itself. Now you can see on the booking record itself it says status hold and it's pending. That is because it's gone through as a request to Patrick, to the vehicle bookings team, and it's waiting for confirmation from them that this booking is in fact authorized and okay. Once that comes through, that will be released and the booking will effectively go live on the system. So that's how we create a booking for a specified resource, in this case the minibus. Of course, if I wanted to just book out room 25 for an occasion, then I can simply jump to room 25 as we did. We know this is now bookable. It's confirming that here because we set up the booking options. And if I go to the bookings tab, again, I can simply click the plus button. Note again, room 25 is already preset here, and all I have to do is specify the start and end dates and times for this particular booking. So let's do that for room 25 in the same way as we did for the minibus, only in this case we're going to set up a repeating booking. So I'm going to say we need the room on Tuesday from 8 till 12, so Tuesday morning, and I want to repeat this booking every week. For a total number of repetitions. So if I say repetitions is 5, then that means 6 bookings in total. So it's the initial booking plus 5 repeats. It calculates automatically that the end date for this series, when that falls, and again I just need to click on the button just to confirm that the room is in fact available for that full set of dates. And I can see that it is because it's shown up down here in the list of selectable resources. And I need to simply click the button to say room 25 is what I want, and maybe this is for some team meetings, and I can simply put that in there and again click the confirm button. And as with the minibus booking, that goes through, in this case now, to the bookings team rather than the vehicle bookings team, as a requested booking for that location. And again we can see up here that the fact that it is a booking is confirmed. in the details, we've got all of the dates and times here, and as before, I can click on that button and go through to the booking record itself. And if I look at the Dates tab, I can see the series of dates and times that I've requested for this particular room booking. And again, the status is on hold, and it's pending confirmation from the relevant manager who deals with room and resource bookings. In this case, that's Janet Williams. So it's waiting for Janet to confirm that this booking is okay, in which case she will release the hold effectively by clicking this button. Now, because I'm logged in as a manager, I also have this capability right now. If I was just an ordinary member of staff making this booking, it would go through as a request to Janet, and Janet would be the one who would have to release that, or another member of the booking team. In this case, because I'm logged in as a primary manager, I can actually release that myself and say we are okay to proceed with this, and I'll click confirm just to release that. So now the status has gone to pending. Obviously, the first date hasn't arrived yet, so we're still waiting for this booking to come into effect. But all of that is confirmed, and all of the dates are now showing as pending here. The hold slashes have been removed because the booking has now been confirmed. So we've had a look at setting up the booking options for both a room resource location and also for a minibus. We've looked at making a single, simple booking, and we've also looked at making a repeat booking. We're going on now to look at what happens if we want to book a resource or object for a specified event, and we need some additional services coming into play for that particular event or booking. So I'm going to go back to the start screen. Incidentally, whilst we're looking at the start screen, let me go to my bookings listing here, and we can see those new bookings have been added. So the bookings for room 25 are showing now at the top of the list. This booking for the minibus yet to be confirmed, so that's still got that pink slash across it saying that it's currently on hold, and it's waiting, as we know, for the vehicle bookings manager or a member of the vehicle bookings team to confirm that that minibus booking is actually okay. We do have at the top, I'll just draw your attention to this, a little calendar button here. So if we want to see those bookings on a calendar layout, we can do that. And if we hover over any of the bookings that are showing in the calendar, it gives us a little tooltip pop-up. It tells us briefly the date and time of the meeting, who it's booked out to, and what was the title or subject of that particular meeting and event. And in fact, if I double click on that, I can get a little bit more detail, and I can even drill through to the main bookings record directly from the calendar to look at additional information if I want to. So let's jump back to the start, and now we want to make a booking for an unspecified location. So rather than starting from a room or from the minibus record and saying I need to book this specific location or object, I'm going to now simply say, well, I need to book something, and I just need to see what's available. And in order to do that, one option is that I can go through to the bookings and simply create a new booking from there. So let's have a look at doing that. I go to my bookings list and I click on the new button, and that takes me to the booking request form, the help desk form that we're all familiar with, but set up for a booking service. Now, of course, because I've simply come through and said this is a new request or a new search, there is no pre-filled room or resource or location set in there. So what I'm going to do is say I need something, I need a location. And let's say we need this from 12 till 2 on the 24th, on the 27th. And let's just click that button and see what's available. So of all the things that are available, I've not specified this as a vehicle, so what it's looking for is room locations that are available, and it's telling me that all of these locations, these are bookable locations, and all of them are available for the 27th of April from 12 till 2. So all I need to do, as before, is specify which of those options I would like. In fact, we're going to say we'd like to book out the main hall. So the main hall is now selected here, and we're going to have a meeting and a presentation, and we want some catering, and we need some support from ICT in order to set up a data projector for this particular event. So I have some tabs here for meetings, and if I click on catering, then I can see some catering options here. And in fact, because this is a lunchtime meeting, we need some lunches, and I'm going to specify that we have 25 people attending and we need lunches for 25. And on the ICT support front, we need a data projector and screen setting up, and we also need a sound system setting up so that we can deal with a presentation that's going to be part of this particular event. So we're going to give this a title, and this is going to be a heads area meeting and presentation. And this will go through to the bookings team. So I'm going to click confirm on this, and it will put that request together. Now, it's put all of the options here in the outline information, so we can see we've got lunches for 25, we can see a data projector and screen for 1, you can see we've got a sound system that's required. And again, if I go through to the booking detail, the booking record itself, and I look at the services tab, then I can see those 3 services listed. There's the booking service itself, of course, which is to confirm the booking for the hall, and that goes through to the bookings team. The ICT service is going to go through to the ICT support team, and catering will go through to catering. So each of those teams has received now a separate request, and I can see the outline information of that, for providing that specified service on that date for that event. And each of the managers responsible for each of those service areas can see, first of all, that this is a booking, that it is linked to other things, and they can see the full detail of everything else that is going on in relation to that booking. And all of the messaging and communication backwards and forwards that might go on in terms of confirming availability for each of those service areas is all permanently recorded as part of the communication and messaging thread that is linked through to this particular booking. So it keeps everybody fully informed and in one single central location with full access to all of the information that relates to this particular event. If I go back to the start screen and I just look at my help desk list, I'm going to see lots of things with pink slashes here, and at the top we've got that ICT service and catering service. Those are the requests that relate to this particular event. And if I drill through, say, to one of those, then Joan Wilson, who would be the person in charge of this request, would normally then hit the confirm button. Again, because I'm logged in currently as a primary manager, I have some override on all of this, so I can actually do this from my own current login. But a member of staff would not, of course, have direct access to that confirm button. So let me do that. Let me say, okay, that's fine. We can do that. So Joan Wilson, as head of catering, or a member of the catering team, has checked their diary, their calendar, and confirmed that they are able to provide that lunch service on that date for this event. So all they've done is hit the confirm button, and we'll just confirm that there. And Flow360 is now telling me your response has been logged. Please note that this request will remain on hold until the entire booking is confirmed. So we're still waiting. If we go back to the booking record itself, we are now seeing a green underlying colour here for catering. That's indicating that it has been confirmed, but it's still on hold pending both ICT confirming that they can provide the relevant service to set things up, and then confirming the whole booking by the bookings team. So let's drill through to that catering, the ICT support request. Again, I'll go back to my list here and I'll look at the ICT service, and let's assume I'm logged in now as Jason Smith, and I'm saying, yep, that's fine, we can set you up with a data projector on that date. So I'll hit confirm on that just to let you know. And of course, the messaging all happens automatically in the background. So the person who made the booking request and the person who's in charge of the booking is getting messages backwards and forwards confirming that these services are now available to the booking, and that each of the different service areas has confirmed it. You'll notice, of course, that there was an option of a cancel button next to the confirm button. So if it's not possible for that particular service to be provided in that location on that date and time, then the relevant manager can say so. They can simply hit the cancel button and say, no, we can't do that. We're already booked out for that particular date and time. And then, of course, that information goes back to the bookings manager so they can make some adjustments as necessary or simply reschedule the event. So let's now go back to the main booking record itself, and we can see on the Services tab that both ICT and Catering have now confirmed. So we can, in fact, release the hold on this. Everyone has confirmed that they are available, and we are okay to proceed with this particular event. And that puts it in the calendar. Everything goes through to pending. All of those hold slashes come off, and we are now waiting. These are now open service requests, waiting for the 19th of April to roll around and for ICT and Catering to provide those services on that date for that particular event. So that's a brief run through setting up an event with linked catering and ICT service requests. And of course that can be for a single date, as it was in this example, but it could also be for multiple dates, a repeating booking, a repeating event that has those requirements linked to it. And of course we could go a lot further in terms of other detail that's being added and attach documents that do things like specify the requirements for table and chair layouts set up in the room, car parking spaces maybe that need to be reserved for this particular event, and so on. It brings it all together in one thing and makes sure that every service manager for each individual service area can very clearly see exactly what is going on. So finally, I just want to show you where we set up those service options in order to make them available for people to select from when they're putting a booking in the system and need to select the catering or ICT support requirements. I've gone through to the main site record for King's College, and I'm clicking on the tab that says Standard Tasks and then the sub-tab that says Services, and I'm going to select here Catering Services just to filter this list down so that you can see how things have been set up here. So we can add new catering services to our standard tasks, and these are the things that we can then make available to people when they make a booking request or a vehicle booking request. And you can see we've got two sets of ticks in the columns here. The B column is for booking requests, so we're saying this is an option that is available when someone is making a booking. And separately, the V column indicates that this is an option that's available when people make a vehicle booking, and of course they may be entirely different and separate. In this case, the packed food options, packed breakfast, packed tea, packed lunch are all options when making a vehicle booking, but things like a sit-down lunch or sit-down dinner are clearly not options for vehicle bookings, but are options if you are booking a room location. So that's where these things are set up. And if I simply want to add a new one, I click on the little U column. I need to give it a code and a summary and a description, and you can see all of those things have been set up here. So we've got drink service, packed breakfast, and so on. We add in a new one, and then we specify whether it's available for bookings or vehicles, and so on. If we go through and just filter the list down to the ICT support services, we can see a similar sort of thing. I have a number of standard tasks that are used for service requests and support requests generally in relation to ICT support, and then of those there are some that apply separately to bookings. So we have setting up a sound system, PA system, data projector and screen. They can all apply to room bookings. And for vehicle bookings, we currently have options for a member of staff to make a request to book out a video camera or a digital SLR because they're maybe going out on a field trip and they need some equipment provided. So all of those options that are set up and that are then available when people make bookings are established here on the Standard Tasks tab at the site level, which means you can have different options for different sites if necessary. There are also options for simply copying a set of standard tasks from one site to other sites. So that's where we're going to stop today. I hope that was useful. It's taken you through the process of setting up the booking options initially for resources, deciding the dates and times and charge rates that might apply, for those bookings. We've looked at making a simple booking, both for a vehicle and for a room location. We've also looked at setting up a repeat booking for a room location. And then we looked a little bit further at event management and making bookings that included catering and ICT support requirements as part of the event. And we've looked at how that whole process works in relation to sending the specific individual requests to the individual service area managers to give them the opportunity to say yes, we can or can't do that, and then following that through to finally confirm the event as something that is fully confirmed by all service managers and is now live in the system. Do, of course, look at our website, look at the user guide for more information and some more detail on this, and come back to us with any questions or queries regarding Flow360 and bookings and events. Thank you for your time today. That's where we're going to finish.